welcome back to Oscar Buzz in a star as what will be a bit of Emmys coverage. We are going to be talking about some TV, which will be fun. I'm excited to talk
Yeah.
about TV. So we are going to be reviewing Moon Knight,
Moon
the
Knight.
latest series in the MCU, just finished up this week. And we will be doing TV reviews in the future. I'll be reviewing season 2 of Hacks. Thomas will be reviewing season 6 of Better Call Saul, Stranger Things, season 4, volume 1. We'll do there's definitely some stuff we'll be reviewing. We won't be doing everything like we do with movies, but we'll be
Mm.
doing as much as we can. So Moon Knight was like meh.
Yeah,
Um,
it was fine.
it was okay. Um, I think for starters, Oscar Isaac was good.
He was
He was
very good, actually. I
pretty
think
good.
he's got a lot of scenes where he really gets to shine, and you do forget that it is one actor talking to basically
Yeah,
himself,
yeah,
because it feels like he's playing two different characters. Although,
yeah.
spoilers, maybe a third. Um,
Ooh,
yeah,
uh,
but yeah, no, he is playing two different characters, and he plays both characters very well. They do feel like very different characters, and yeah, cool. Oscar Isaac's very good. As for the rest, like Ethan Hawke's good as well.
Ethan
Actually,
Hawke, I liked
he's
quite a
pretty
bit.
good.
He's
Yeah,
also one of my favorite actors, so
yeah,
that
so
also
does help a bit.
probably contributed a little bit to it. But I thought that he was good. Aside from that, I didn't really care. The female lead in it felt very weakly developed. I don't really feel like we. I think her name is Jayla. I don't
Mm,
really think we got to know her like at all.
no,
I
not
felt like
enough.
she was just kind of there to be there. Um, uh, I mean, I don't know. The story was fun and intriguing at times, but like
Mm,
overall, it and I brought this up to you before we started recording. It felt like it was the writing was just being deliberately confusing just to be confusing. Like, oh look, it's
yeah,
people being confused. Like instead of like actually with a purpose to like drive the story forward because it felt so repetitive at times, and it felt like there were so many story beats that we could have gotten to so much faster
yeah.
with having to do the same like oh is it this is it this is it oh we're so confused things over and over and over again which were not even like that effective like they were just fine
No, no,
so
yeah.
yeah I mean also like the visual effects weren't great I don't
No,
know
when they're the scene where they're moving like the stars and the planets or whatever.
yeah it looked a bit sketchy like I
Yeah,
mean all of the creature design looked very unnatural um
yeah.
like
Which I guess that's sort of what they were going for. Like that was the style of it. Like, I mean, this hippopotamus is never like it's not even close to something we'd ever see. So like they just went completely out there with it. But and I
a
mean,
big
it's a style. It's
hippopotamus.
yes, it's a
Um,
style. It's a choice. I don't know if it completely works, but
yeah,
um, how you take to this more comic-y aspect of it, like that may differ. So you may enjoy that sort of visual
yeah.
effects.
I don't know. I think the problem with that is like if that's gonna be your visual effects style, like then that should match your narrative style. But like some of like the visuals in this and some of the dialogue in this is just so goofy for me to take it seriously when it's like trying to be
Mm,
taken seriously as like this tale about like like mental health and like split
mm,
personality and like this like very like dramatic role for like Oscar Isaac and like all
yeah.
the serious stuff doesn't work when it's just so goofy. Like either
Mm,
commit to just being a silly, goofy show, or just be like be like Daredevil and be like this like really grounded, serious, like
yeah.
realistic. Because like the fight sequences also are just goofy. Like they're just
Yeah.
like they don't match what the tone of the show is trying to be at all.
No.
And they're just like
Also,
very
just for
bland.
the majority of the runtime, I just was not interested in where they were going
Yeah,
with the plot. The whole like when they go to Egypt, I just zoned out really because I didn't care. I think the
never
best
did.
episode of the
Yeah,
series is easily episode 5, and I was actually
yep.
thinking about it. It may be my favorite singular Marvel Disney Plus show episode out of all of them. Probably like I was trying to think maybe one of them in One Division I probably preferred. I don't exactly remember all of
The
them.
similar past exploring episode maybe even and more
Um,
like
maybe even that one, or maybe something like one of the TV shows. I don't remember all of it,
yeah
but
yeah
I remember there were specific episodes in One Division I really enjoy. But episode 5 of this was a really, really good episode, and it explored nice themes. It was a great showcase for Oscar Isaac. And then they just got to the finale and sort of went, nah, okay, but we
Just
want to
like
have a big
fight
fight.
and
So
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
we'll just have a fight and stuff. And also, we won't really have a fight because we'll just black out cool,
yeah.
sure. Don't actually show us how it ends. Just have us
And
black
then
out and there's
and
a
then
third
for the
personality.
reveal of the post credit scene, like it was just
Yeah,
fine. It was kind of underwhelming.
yeah.
And like I don't know if we're getting to season 2.
No, I don't know either. Yeah.
I wouldn't really care for one, but it feels like if they're setting one up, even though it hasn't been announced. But like, yeah, it's just like it. But I completely agree. I didn't care for a lot of
No.
it. I do think that one episode could maybe get some attention for like writing or directing at the Emmys because they submit. I believe they submit singular episodes for writing and directing. So like
Yeah.
as a standalone episode, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But like, I don't think like I don't think the show needed to exist. Like
No.
I don't think it
Which feels a
warranted
little
it.
harsh, but like, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't feel a part of the MCU, and that's cool. Like, you can do completely
Yeah,
side like stuff like that. But make them a little more interesting than this.
yeah, 100%. And that's not at all why I'm saying it shouldn't have exist. I'm actually fully in support of making things that don't have to tie into everything. But yeah, if just actually make it interesting and like compelling and well written. Which this might also exemplify how Marvel might only work when it can ride off of all of its connections, and if it has to write something
Maybe.
standalone where you don't have any pre-existing attachment to anything, that might not work as well because like all of when Spider-Man was brought in, tied into Iron Man. When all these characters are brought in, they're specifically tied to something else.
Yeah. Because I mean, Eternals didn't work, obviously, but I mean, I know you disagree.
I like it, but
The general consensus is Eternals didn't work.
I feel like that also did kind of tie in with a lot of.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you're looking for a closest, like, I
Yeah,
guess,
that's
film
fair.
equivalent that didn't tie in, like maybe even like Shang-Chi had connections, but it was for the most
Avengers
part
are
its own
literally there.
thing.
Like,
Yeah, I know they are there, but like as a whole movie in general, it is introducing a completely new
but it
world.
was also
So
just fun.
yeah, so like
So,
yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe Marvel don't work unless they are connected to a wider universe.
so yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. Overall, it was fine. The performance is definitely safe this one for me, from being like bad. But as far as Emmys, I don't think Oscar Isaac can get into the lead. I wouldn't mind a nomination for him, but I think he's going to be nominated for Scenes from a Marriage, the Ingmar Bergman adaptation with Jessica Chastain. I think that makes a lot of sense for that to be nominated over Moon Knight. So I don't see him getting in there. Ethan Hawke, I think, has a shot in supporting, considering there's 8 nominees. He is like listed. He is a contender on Gold Derby. He doesn't have 100-1 odds. He's at 90, which isn't much better, but he's definitely there. So if we can see maybe a surprise nomination for him, which again I wouldn't mind, since I mean I like Ethan Hawke a bit. But as far as the show, I don't see it being that big of a hit. But overall, what is your score on Moon Knight?
I'd probably give it a 6, like, which is actually the same thing I gave to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So we've had 2 6 out of 10 MCU projects in a week.
And mine is going to be a 5 out of 10, the same thing that we get Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, pretty underwhelming week for the MCU, which is sad. But that is our review of Moon Knight. Like I said, more TV reviews to come. Probably our next one will be Obi-Wan, likely either Obi-Wan or Stranger Things. Either one of the two. Regardless, it'll be fun. I'm excited to talk about some more TV. We might even do some flashback reviews, like Succession season 3, to just
because why not?
Fully dive into that. Only Murders in the Building be a fun one to talk about. So definitely some stuff that we could talk about. Let us know if you have any TV shows that you want us to talk about that are qualifying for this current Emmys season. But Thomas, where can people find you until then?
You can find me at Letterboxd at Thomas Gladstone and on the YouTube channel Project Mayhem. There may be stuff coming in the future. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, you can find me Twitter at DM Talks Movies, Letterboxd at Trevor Matz, and The Basement is coming back this week, and you can find that on the featured channels. Plus, I am a Banana Meter certified critic, and you can see my what will likely be one of the more negative scores on Doctor Strange this week on the Banana Meter, and what will also be probably one of the more negative scores on Moon Knight, because I don't like anything except Everything Everywhere All at Once, which you should go see. But thank you everybody so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, everybody.